Hello and welcome to the Steve Calis Show. The reason I'm doing a little intro to this episode is because I want to try and explain why the tone of this episode is so different to previous episodes that you might have heard. For the most part, I hope that we make you laugh and we entertain you and we give you an escape from whatever it is you want to escape from for 20 minutes or half an hour or however long the episode is. Our goal is to make you feel like whenever you listen to us, it's nice listening to Steve, Lissy, George and Kev, because it's just like listening to friends, or because they talk about the exact same problems and issues I have, but make it seem lighthearted. And I hope that you can relate to us and the experiences we have. We want to entertain you, we want to make you laugh, but we also want you to feel comforted that there are just normal people going through the exact same experiences you're going through. We talk about grief and love and our bodies and shame, and and we try and be very, very honest on this show. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because this topic, F for family, is a particularly tricky one, because when Lissy came over to record this last week, I wasn't in a very good headspace anyway. Sometimes the pressures of all the things that I do and of my worries and anxieties, and it every now and then affects me. So I like to try and get into the studio, and I like to try and leave all of my problems at the door or outside. But I couldn't this time. I dragged a lot of my worry and stress and mood into the studio with me, and Lissy picked up on it straight away, because she's intuitive and she knows me now. So because this topic is tricky, I mean, family is it's a complicated issue, because I'm very close with my mother because she's a wonderful human being. I've got rocky relationships with my siblings. Other than my sister Kaylee, who I'm close with, my brother Sam, who I still see every now and then, but I just don't have the close relationship with my family that I would like. And so when thinking about this episode, I wondered how much of the distance between me and my family was my fault. And I still don't really have an answer to that. But this episode the tone shift is different. If you've listened to the last two, because you're here from the Tommy episode, then what you'd be accustomed to by now is this sort of light-hearted, jokey, silly, but that's my favorite episodes to make, the light-hearted ones, where we're still honest, but we're making light of things that are difficult. But this time I just wasn't. I could not tap into that personality. I was, struggling a little bit. Now, having Lissy on this episode was sort of divine timing and a divine intervention, because I'm very comfortable with Lissy. I've known her for a long time. And so I felt comfortable just saying everything. Now, the episode we recorded was about an hour and a half long, but I think you'll probably only get maybe 40 minutes of it, because there are some stories I decided in the end that are not mine to tell. So I left them out, because I might have an unfair perception of those stories or those circumstances. So I just decided there's some stuff that should stay private. But we still managed to be very open and very honest about our relationships with our families. So I think you'll enjoy it. Am I rambling? I'm really sorry about this. Are you okay, by the way, listener? You listening to this? So I think you're wonderful for listening. Thank you so much. But I'm trying to be very real with you. There's no character here. There's no performance. The podcast is me and my experiences and my friends. So thankfully, Lissy was here for this episode, because she brings out a side of me that's very that I can communicate easily, and I can talk to her. And this is our first ever, I think, just she and I episode. And it's good because me, Lissy, George and Kev, we have to establish a certain closeness, because the journey we're on from this garage to the Spotify Top 100 to be the best podcast in the country is a ridiculous journey. It's a long and probably impossible journey. So we need to establish certain levels of intimacy. And I think I've got that now with all my co-hosts, so we can be honest with each other and be vulnerable. So this episode was just another step in the right direction in the relationship to me and my co-host, because we've got a hell of a journey ahead of us. So anyway, I hope that wasn't too rambling. I hope that makes sense. This was a difficult episode to record, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I was stressed. You can see my tick throughout, and I was very aware that I was ticking. I've got a nervous tick. It's like my brain convinces me that at all times there's a bubble under my top lip that I've got to try and pop like this, and it's very distracting and uncomfortable. It's all part of the OCD diagnosis I'm trying to get now from the doctor, and I really struggle with that through this episode. You can see my lips moving uncomfortably because I'm trying to wiggle the imaginary bubble away and stuff. So I wasn't in a good way. But the conversation, I was going to throw this episode away entirely. But there's some really good, beautiful, honest moments here, and I want to share those moments with you. And it's a nice thing. Like talking about family makes me. I talked about the people in my family that I am close with, and that I really appreciate those relationships. My friends, my co-hosts here, especially Kev and I are very, very, very close. Josh, Roxy, Pete, Tom, Taz, Jacob. I'm Harriet. I'm blessed. I'm blessed with friendships. I've got so many deep, profound friendships that I've probably forgotten to fucking name someone there. So I know how lucky I am in a lot of ways, but I was in a very, very bad headspace. And that's the episode you're about to hear. Okay? So just, I'm really sorry about this. So, yeah, right. So that's the warning. Before we start, I'd just like to say, that's a weird tone to shift into the adverts. But before we start, I'd just like to say thank you to Graham's Windows and Doors. Graham's Windows and Doors are Yeovil's finest provider of windows, doors, and conservatories. So thank you, James. Thank you, Sherelle. We really appreciate it. That's Graham's Windows and Doors.co.uk. Our other sponsors are the brilliant Paramount Prizes. Paramount Prizes are an online competition website, one of the best in the country. So thank you for sponsoring us. That's paramountprizes.co.uk and Graham's Windows and Doors.co.uk. Right, okay, let's do this. Let's get into the episode where clearly I'm dealing with some stuff. I'm very in my feelings about stuff today.
Okay. I did pick up on that.
Yeah, so I think what we'll do is adjust my fucking microphone so it actually works. There we go. Okay, so I'm very in my feelings at the moment about stuff.
Okay.
But we want to talk about the topic of family, which is a tricky issue.
It is.
Okay, for all of us. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me start by saying, hi, by the way.
Hi.
Thank you for coming in.
That's okay.
Kevin George have betrayed us and gone on about they're doing their lives and stuff, and treacherous swine. So you and I are here. This episode is F for family, but I want to talk about initially. I've started writing a second book, a follow-up to my internationally successful first book. It's called the Podcast Diaries, where literally every day I write about my feelings about the podcast and how it's going.
Nice.
And I've had mixed feelings about the episode we released yesterday.
Okay.
Because I was like, I don't think I handled the pressure of having to follow up the Tommy episode very well.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard.
It is hard.
It's really hard because it was like, wow, a lot of people are going to be listening to this because we've got a hell of a lot of new followers. So Spotify will immediately be pinging out a notification to all these new people. Steve Calis Show, new episode.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking about that in my head, and I totally buckled under the pressure of it. I mean, I watched the episode back, and it was a funny episode.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. But like, I didn't notice that we didn't have that middle ring light. The episode's really poorly lit because we didn't have that fucking ring light. I didn't realise it wasn't there. My puss were harsh because I didn't have my fucking pop filter on.
Right.
And then I was just rambling. I was just showing off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it very nearly went into the into the bin where so many other episodes have gone before. But I decided there was enough funny and interesting about it that I kept it. So I got some regret about that episode.
Okay.
And the topic we're about to handle today, family, is a tricky one. Because thinking about it today, thinking about what I could talk about family-wise, I realised I don't really have a very good relationship with many of my family at all. And so, which led me to reflect on, is it me? Have I torched these relationships along the years? So what does that say about me? So I've just been reflective. I've been reflecting about
That's
stuff.
good, though. That's good, I think.
You know, but I suppose, like, I think it's good if you can get a conclusion out of it that's healthy. So, like, well, okay, I've learned this, therefore I can work on this behavior or work on this pattern.
Yeah.
Or, you know, do you know what? It wasn't my fault. I can get some, I don't know, I can feel good about it. I haven't, that sort of thing. So that's what I want to work out today.
Yeah.
So let's talk about families.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, are you okay?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very good. Yeah. Very, very good. I think just counseling's making me weird. It's making me like overthink everything and making me, hyper aware.
Yeah.
Have you ever done counselling?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah,
I do it every week if I could afford it.
Oh yeah, it's fucking expensive, isn't it? Luckily, work pays for it.
Yeah, I mean, I did 12.
Oh yeah.
When I was diagnosed with PTSD.
When was that?
Gosh, when did I start? 2017. I did that.
Wow.
And the first 6 sessions, I don't know who I was anymore. I questioned everything.
Yeah, yes.
And it was the weirdest. But then it was like consolidating. And I did hypnotherapy, which was
nice.
bizarre, but really, again, incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel better or in control until probably like towards the very end of that process.
Right, interesting.
But yeah, I do relate to that.
It does sort of, I found in the first couple of months of counselling, so I hadn't done it really since I was a teenager, and even then I was making fun of it and not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
But this time I was adamant I wanted to take it seriously, and the counsellor lady I've got is brilliant. Yeah, she sort of understands me now. It takes a little while.
Yeah.
And I contain multitudes. It takes a little while to understand me and my behaviours and the way I think, and she just sort of gets me, and it's nice. Yeah. But the first couple of months of that, I was all over the shop, really, because it's like you build up pretenses and defences about who you are, and those layers aren't as thick as you think, and they start to sort of float away, and you're left with the considering the actual versions of yourself that you've been hiding from. Yeah. And so. Which is a relevant conversation because of the family stuff we're about to talk about. Right? a lot of who I am is because of my family, my complicated relationships with my family. Yeah. But let's start with you. Okay. Yeah, but only share as much as you want to share. You know what I mean? You be honest and open, or it's totally up to you. It's a show. You know what I mean? But what is your not the family you live with, not your partner and your kids and stuff? What's your relationship like with your family otherwise? Because you're close with your sister and stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, so there's 5 of us.
What, siblings?
Yeah. So,
wow.
Well, I have 4 siblings. I'm one of those, so it makes 5.
Of course, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not very good.
Let's not do maths.
Shit,
I've got a migraine.
I cannot. So there's 5 of us, including me, is what I should have said. Got it. Yeah, so I have 2 older sisters, a younger brother, and a younger sister.
Ah, of course.
So there's a big age gap between me and my younger sister. Wow, what was it, 13 years? Yeah, so there's a 2-year age gap between Oliver and my younger sister.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So at one point we were all under one roof. Yeah. Which is wild. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm very close with my siblings. That we're all very different. I think when we were in the same house, we were oh gosh, the fights, the thieving. We used to thieve each other's makeup and shoes and clothes, and then profusely lie about it, and it just was awful. But as soon as everyone had their thing and they moved out and they did their like whatever they wanted to do, my sister went to uni, my eldest sister went to uni, so when she left it was a big like whoa, and I missed her. Yeah. And that was the first time I was like, oh my God, I do like you. I really do like you. I miss you doing cartwheels in the kitchen and being completely nuts. And then my other sister, who's 18 months older than me, she went to Africa and did like a conservation experience with the animals over there. That one was hard because we were very close growing up. Right. Very close. We kept each other's secrets. Yeah. And we were just like that. Yeah. But she was really into animals, and she still is. So she works for a rescue centre in Highbridge, Secret World. Amazing. I don't see her very often, but we just like when we voice note, it's just a catch up, and then I try and take Eliza down there and go and see all the animals and stuff. But I'd stay like it's not. We don't speak that often, but we. Yeah. When you're just together, yeah, for sure.
Well, I suppose the difference is like with me and my siblings, my many siblings. I've got many siblings. But I don't really know quite how many on my dad's side. I don't know quite how many siblings I have, but I've got many siblings.
Really?
And I don't talk to. I mean, I saw my brother Sam. Sam came to my son's birthday and stuff, and that was nice. But
nice.
like, I'm getting to the age where I suppose what I'm feeling is as my home life now is great. We're settled and calm and so in love, and it's so safe, and we've worked hard to build this life for ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not fighting anything anymore. Like Leo's hasn't got his tonsillitis anymore.
Yeah.
We're sleeping well. There's no, I'm not dealing with so much psychic pain. I'm happy and balanced. So now I'm in this place where I'm good and content. I'm starting to miss my family.
Right.
But I'm starting to miss relationships I haven't had for 10 years, 15 years,
Yeah.
a long, long time. I miss we've got a lot of differences, but I miss my older brother. We've got a hell of a lot of differences, but I miss my dad. I miss just like, just talking to him, and it's really bizarre. But this is all recent.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really given a thought to anyone else other than Misha and Leo for a long time, because I had to like, I'm so self-destructive. My nature is so impulsive and self-destructive that and I had such a wild time in my teenage years, wrecking my own life over and over again, that I felt like up until now that I've had to just focus on just Mish Leo work and the friendships I have that I've had since I was a kid, to keep these things healthy, happy and thriving. And that meant that there was no focus left for anybody else, so all these my familial relationships have just sort of fallen by the wayside.
I do think that's normal though. I do. Like when I had Eliza, my relationship with my dad disappeared. And it really emphasised how, certain boundaries weren't being respected. And I was like, do you know what? I can't give you this energy at the moment. I need to focus on bringing this baby into the world, and just solely focusing on that at that moment in time. And I think that's okay. I really do.
Oh, so do I. But it seems to have, in trying to finally be a good man and a sensible man and a good family man, it just seems, even though that's the best and most positive decisions I've ever made, is to be good at those things, I'm still destroying stuff. Like, I'm still not able to have relationships, to rescue the relationships with my siblings properly, or my my little brothers and sisters, and this is hitting me now. And I'm sort of getting in the mode to like, I've got to start fucking fixing these things. But instead of fix these things, I still don't have time to maintain those relationships, because I've got a new job where I'm making a lot of money to make my family comfortable, and that needs a hell of a lot of focus. Leo's starting school, and I want him to get all my attention whilst he's still young, because in a minute he'll be 25. I want nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? So
true.
So like, it's like I'm really desperately struggling with the bandwidth to have as many relationships I want to have, I guess.
Yeah, but that doesn't always just fall onto you. It's a two-way thing.
This is why that's right. Because I go from getting really in my head about it and upset with myself about it, to going, these people know where I live. Yeah. I mean, these people have got me on Facebook or phone. I've been fucking trying to build something for myself finally.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it.
Yes.
And so you're right. It's not. It is two-way.
I think with families, I will say, it's like this embedded, like, expectation, isn't it, with family? Yeah. And I do get on really well with my siblings, but I also have made friends, and I don't have a lot of friends, but I've made friends organically as an adult that I would absolutely consider as my family, without that expectation for like, I should be doing this, I should be this person because I'm expected to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I just think you do make effort when it matters to the both of you. Like I had friends at college that I was like that with, and then you kind of go your separate ways, and you try, and it's not reciprocated, and then it's like, do you know what? Okay, we've moved on from that. But if that's family, for some reason we can't do that because it's family, and it's not accepted, and it's then the blame game, and you consider all of the bad decisions you may or may not have made, and it's unhealthy. It's just that like embedded, and it's horrible. It's so horrible.
It is. You're
like
right.
When family are horrible to you, and like really, like my dad wasn't that pleasant. when I was pregnant with Eliza and didn't respect boundaries and didn't, stand up for me. I was like, if this was anybody else, it would be easy to just go, do you know what? We're done here.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. You can't, because it's family and it's really difficult.
Yeah, it is. And that's all the stuff that I think about when I get in this headspace where I start to miss people I haven't seen for a long time. Those are the things that I think about too, because you wouldn't tolerate certain attitudes or behaviors or boundary crossing.
No.
And I know, and it's hard to talk. This sounds boastful, but I'm just trying to be honest about my situation, right?
Yeah.
But I know how lucky I am. It's a big chunk of luck and a big chunk of focus and persevering and working hard to make sure I'm where I want to be. My counselor was saying, like, the way you have lived your life and the way you're living your life now are totally different, and you deserve the credit for you're well thought of in your community. Your podcast is doing really well. You got a good job. Your fiance loves you. I mean, I'm like, that makes me one of the richest men on earth. I mean, I literally have everything I've ever wanted. Yeah. So I wish I could just go, I know I feel shitty about these things and guilty about these things. Just delete them, but you can't. You're tethered to, especially like family. I think the thing that makes it different from family to friends is, I suppose, there's some kind of biological tether linking you, the familial thing. Yeah. So you can't just it's hard. I've tried, but it's hard.
It is hard.
So I don't know. I don't know why I'm in such a weird space badge. I guess because my dad's a tricky one, because if you spoke to my dad, I always say, well, you'd probably rather hang out with my dad than me. My dad is so he's charismatic, he's funny, I've always sort of
that sounds like you.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm the I suppose so. But
I product of him, it sounds like.
That's nice for you to say. I suppose but a lot of my personality I modelled on, because he wasn't around when I was a kid, so I modelled my personality on, like I've always said, Matthew Perry and Jim Carrey. But a lot of them, when he did come along, I immediately modelled everything about myself on him.
Yeah.
And he and I are very similar. We're very similar in looks. We're very similar in outlook. We're very similar in mannerisms, everything, right? And even Misha gets weirded out. When we used to go around all the time, Misha get weirded out because we're just the same. But we're the same sort of person. It's really weird. And so whilst we've got a hell of a lot of differences, and there's some kind of tension at the minute between us, because we just haven't gone over there, which means that we haven't then seen the kids and my brothers and sisters. We haven't been there for a long time, like over a year, because the atmosphere is just, with me and him, is awkward. It's weird. You know what I mean? We don't want to go around there because it was tense. But I still miss him. I do. Sometimes I go, it'd be nice just to sit opposite him and just fucking let him rant and tell the same old stories he's told a million times. But I want to still hear them.
Yeah.
I don't know. So let's talk about the families that we built ourselves.
Okay. Yeah.
So when you think about your home life, when you think about your partner and the kids at home, what does that feel like to you? What do you think about your situation there?
Yeah, it is everything I never thought I would get to. Because I guess like we're a blended family, so like there's a lot of dynamics in our house. Yeah. So for 80% of the time, it's me and Chris, Eliza, and then Oliver, which is lovely. Oliver's like very helpful now and very considerate. I'm getting man training down.
Good. Yeah. No one better to teach him as well. You can put that
down. But yeah, it is just everything I never thought I'd get. Like I never thought I would ever meet somebody, because I was so content being on my own. Yeah. The thought of being with someone, I was like, no, I don't. And also, I suppose it's nice to know, for me to know at that time, I didn't need anybody. I had a full-time job. Oliver was at school. I was doing my gigs and stuff. I had enough, and I was really happy. Yeah, I am happy now, but like I just didn't think I ever needed that. Like so now it's like, oh, it's nice, isn't it? It's just nice, like just sat on the sofa, like, and just being in someone's presence and hearing about their day, and it just being very, everything just quite surface level. It's not very deep. Doesn't have to. Do you know what I mean? It's just chill.
Yeah, it's
nice. It's just nice because when Oliver was little, he used to go to bed, and I'd be just sat there like, What do I do now? And I'd get in trouble because sometimes we would stay up late watching a film, so I wasn't alone, and it's really sad because it was just me and him. And he'd go into school the next day and he'd be tired. Miss Rowe, Oliver was a bit sleepy today. He's kind of fallen asleep on his maths book. I'm like, I don't know
what's going on here.
Just growing up, I don't know.
But no, I've been guilty of that with Leo. I mean, I drag him to rehearsals with me because he loves watching the rehearsals. And I didn't fucking finish at 9 o'clock. He's not in bed by 6. But I'm going, that's right, kid, you'll be all right. Just have a lay-in tomorrow. Don't have a lay-in. Gets up at the exact same time.
Oh, yeah.
So
it catches up.
Yeah, then it's horrendous for an entire day. But it's nice. And it is nice to, I mean, I get that's why I'm so pissed off with my confused feelings around my family at the minute, because my family here at home, it literally couldn't be better. It literally is just, I just now cuddled Leo, put him to bed, told him a stupid story, and then it was lush. So he fell asleep in my arms, lush, right, cozy. Went downstairs. Misha's she's started her own business, so she's like working on her phone, sorting her business out. She's got a blanket over her, fire's on. She's cozy. Everyone's cozy and happy. I love everybody. Everybody loves me. It's a really nice environment, right?
It is.
And I think the sacrifices I've made along the way, relationship sacrifices, and all the sacrifices I've made along the way have led to this. Therefore, I wouldn't change a thing about it.
There you go then.
The regrets I have.
So you've answered your own question then.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when I met Misha, and I know I loved her, when I really fell in love.
When did you fall in love with Misha?
What
is the moment that you just looked and thought, actually, I love you?
Yeah. We were driving back from Bristol. When I met Misha, I'd taken out a huge unwise loan. I had 15 grand in debt, right? But I'd taken out a loan overdraft, so I had 15 grand to spend. Well, actually, by the time I met Misha, I'd fucking fucked most of it away. It'd gone. Right. And then so I had a little bit left. So I said, let's get in your car and go to Bristol and have a little, a night to ourselves or in a hotel. Then we went to see this boat and, this old ship, and we walked around it and it was beautiful. And then it was such a lush weekend. And then when we were driving back, I just looked at her and I was like, oh boy, oh no. It was a mixture of like, oh, there she is. And a desperate sort of I felt afraid. I don't know what it was. I was vulnerable again. And after I broke up with my previous partner, who was brilliant. My previous partner was brilliant, but we wanted totally different things. But we had a good relationship. It was just some mates hanging out and it was nice. But when that ended, I didn't want anything. I was very depressed. So Misha was totally out of the blue. Fucking hell, who's this person? What's she doing here? And now, why am I feeling so strongly about her? And weirdly, why is she feeling so strongly about me? Why is she she was into me, and she was a bit keen and persistent in texting me, I really that car ride home from Bristol was when I knew I loved her.
Did you tell her then, or did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I've never wasted an "I love you." I've always just felt it and thrown it at her.
Oh, Chris told me when he was absolutely morbidly drunk, about 5 minutes prior to being sick out of my car. I think it was Christmas Eve actually, because I had to pick him up from Sherborne because he didn't have his kids that Christmas Eve. I picked him up and I was driving home, and he's like, "Oh, I just need to tell you, I love you." And that's the first time he said it, all right? So this is 4 months in.
No.
Yeah. Or 3 months in, whatever it was. I love you so much. I'm like, are you for real? Are you for real? You're going to tell me now? And you're literally wasted. And then out the window, and I'm like, I'll tell you something. I do not love you right now. Tell me again when you're sober and you clean the sick off of my car.
Oh no!
Yeah, not the best. So you played it way better.
I did. Yeah,
you played that way better.
Yeah, I did.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, I did. But I think I think the first time I think we'd said I love you before that. But the one in Bristol was like a wow. Yeah, this is something else. It's something it's something layered and reciprocated and deep and profound and I think I'll ask her in a minute, but I'm certain she was just putting some curtains up in my bedroom, and I was like, I love you. I just felt it and told her, and then I really felt it on the way back from Bristol. But when we met, I was living in down Rowan Way, down Rowan Way. I lived with my two mates, Taz and Tom, my two best mates, and then I had a sort of mattress on the floor I didn't know. I never had any visitors. So I had a mattress on the floor. Didn't have any fucking curtains and stuff. And, I was chain smoking there all day. So there's fucking ashtrays and shit everywhere. It's really grim. It's really grim the way I chose to live my life for Misha.
That's right.
And then Misha very quickly changed that whole dynamic.
Right.
I got
Nice.
a bed. Although she made me buy the bed from a person who was a murderer. And like an actual murderer, not one of my like being dramatic. I'm in a taxi with a serial killer.
You bought a bed from a murderer?
Yeah, I did buy a bed from a murderer because the guy that worked at the shop, I was like, we bought the bed from this guy, and I was like, I recognize his face. I swear I recognize his face.
Oh, no.
And then he just got out of prison because a few years before, 6-7 years before, he'd fucking pushed his stepfather down the staircase. Or whatever it was. It was something real dramatic. And I was like, this is the murder bed. And but got the bed, got curtains, and suddenly I sort of became a grown up.
Yeah.
In my at the age of 29.
That's fine. That's fine. It happened.
I was a late bloomer, but it's
it happened. It happened.
It did. Yeah,
let's celebrate that.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
So it's nice. So looking back at when you look at your own, the family that you built it's almost like this is the family I wanted. This family I needed. It's
and you've
here.
got it. You've got it.
Yeah.
What's your funniest family memory?
Well, from when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So it's loads because me and my mum were always so. That's like there's a snapshot in time where we're all in the house and we're all getting along and everything's lush, right? Me, Sam, George. This would be just before Joe was born. So me, Sam, George, Mum, and we're growing up. And I remember my brother George was quite serious. But I remember we used to get the Provident guy come round and there's a Provident loans. Did you remember getting one of those? And grown-ups used to get Provident loans where a dude would come around the house every week and I need a $5 towards your loan or whatever. Yeah. And for some reason he came round. I had to go lie to the dude all the time because I didn't want to pay it. I go, sorry Barry, Mum isn't in. And he's like, fucking hell, she's been in for months. You're like, kids living by themselves. So I was like, no, sorry Barry, Mum isn't in. And then he was like, okay. And then he goes, all right, mate, cheers, see you later. And I went, all I said was, okay, thanks, Barry, I love you. And then I got baffled, and I told him I loved him. And then that triggered my older brother into like hysterics. And I was like, we were all like, what the hell's that noise? He was he was hysterical. It was like a flippant thing. It really tickled him.
Yeah.
And that made me laugh. And then I remember Mum, I should appreciate me telling this story, but Mum was walking around the house, she was like, I got really bad guts. I was like, oh dear. She goes, yeah, and she goes, got any windies? Top cupboard. So she got onto the counter, reached for to the medicine cabinet, grabbed the box of windies and then did the horrendous fart and she went, fucking hell, they work quick. And that always tickles me. It's low. We used to, there was a time where we'd all laugh and be together, and something happened. Something happened where we all just became astray and adrift. And now I think there's too much now to. I just hope it's not too much of a gulf to fix it. So I don't know. What was it like? So when you were all, because there's such an age disparity then between you and your siblings. So when you were growing up, when you think of when I was younger in the house, what is it that you're picturing? Who are you living with?
So I vividly remember my eldest sister Georgina, Charlotte, and me, and then my brother was born when I was 5, and I don't know how I still felt about that at the time because I think Mum and Dad were desperate for a boy, so that would have been the 4th baby, and they were desperate for a boy, and Mum was very against finding out genders and stuff, so no one ever knew.
Right.
And our auntie came and stayed with us when Mum went into hospital. And I just remember this crazy, what's the word? Gathering outside our house of all of our neighbours. Because we were really our road, when I was growing up, everyone was just really neighboury. People aren't like that anymore, but we were.
Yeah,
Mum would lean over our fence and be like, "Here, Ange, have you got any beans?" And hang on a minute, Lisa. And it was just we used to play volleyball over our fences and stuff. It was lovely. But there's this thing going on outside, and we were like, "What the hell?" And they were like, when we opened all of our curtains, they were like, "It's a boy!" And it was all of our neighbours congregated outside of our house. And I remember that, and I was only 5.
Yeah.
And it was funny having a boy in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny, but yeah, it was our house was carnage. Can't lie to you. I loved sharing a room with my sister though. We had bunk beds. That provided a lot of laughs because I felt superior being on the top bunk for a long time.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, queen bee.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was demoted to the bottom bunk.
Oh, yeah. It's a mighty fall.
I can't remember the reason.
That's a mighty fall from the top bunk to the bottom, isn't it?
But I was a little shit because I cut all the separators for the slats of wood. So I remember like lying in the bed, like walking my legs up onto the bunk and going
nice. Yeah.
with all the slats, and she would come down flying with a mattress and she was asleep.
That's clever.
Melissa!
That's very malicious for a young child.
Oh, I was very, but it was bad. Like it was banter. It was funny. And we were all kind of like that. Sometimes
nice.
more spiteful than others.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that didn't really happen until we were teenagers. Like we'd play off each other and lie and just steal each other's stuff all the time. But it was great fun. Actually,
yeah, that's nice.
It's good fun.
I wonder if part of the problem of growing up was that I obviously had ADHD, right? I obviously had other issues in it, but it just went sort of, I was mum to know. At school didn't even pick up on it. So I just struggled as a busy household. Yeah. I know now that I don't really like lots of people around me. No. And then suddenly the house is busy. Yeah. And when Joe was born, Joe was a tricky one because...
So what's the age gap between you and...
Joe, my youngest brother.
Youngest brother, yeah.
My youngest brother is 20 now, so about 15 years. Yeah. So I was 15 when he was born. Wow. And but I was like a father to him the first few years. So this was really difficult because mum was on her own and she was struggling, and then because she wasn't sleeping because Joe was keeping her awake, and then I was like I just remember feeling very paternal towards him because I was like, and then as he grew older, that stayed the same. I'd take him to school. He was a hell of a lot like Leo is now, just obsessed with me.
I vaguely didn't used to bring him to college.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did.
Gosh.
There's videos of him at college with me in Julie Reed's classroom and stuff, and he used to just follow me everywhere. He used to be totally obsessed with me. Yeah. But when him and mum moved away, when I don't know how old he was still sort of a kid, and so you can still, if you're talking to him now, you can still just see my influence there, in his humour or the way he says or does something, but he's also turned out totally different because he grew up in a different school, different environment, different town. But that was something that I didn't do anything, so it's not regret, but I wish I hadn't missed such a big chunk of his life. Yeah, you know what I mean, because that was the first time I ever thought like, God, I'd love to be a dad. I just love looking after him. I love taking him to school. I love talking to him about his problems. And I was 15, 16. I had my own shit. I had a world of my own shit going on anyway. Yeah. And so Joe helped me get ready for Leo in a way. Yeah. Because I knew then that, this is ace. I would like to have a kid one day. And that's nice. So that's what I mean. It's I think I'm just getting older and more family oriented. Yeah. And now I'm looking around and I haven't got an awful lot of family left because of the decisions, not just me, that we've all made growing up. And I would like to try and fix that this year if I can. Because I think it also spills onto Misha a little bit because I'm habitually distant from my family. Yeah, me and mum we're closer now. She's been ill for the last year or two, and we're much closer now. I sort of healed our relationship in a way. Yeah. Which is the best thing in the world because that makes me feel a bit more complete. So my mum's my favourite person in the world for the most part. We've always been really, really close. And but I feel like my habits of not seeing my family have spilled into Misha a little bit because she just wants to be with me all the time and she wants to hang out with me, and therefore I don't want to go to all this. So I have to try really hard to go. No, I'll come with you to your brother's house. I'll come with you to, because I don't want to be one of those boyfriends where like, do you know those like dickhead boyfriends you get where the girl breaks up with him and they go, he never used to come see my fucking family or my friends, and he's always real moody and distant, and those guys are absolutely fine. You know what I mean? And they make wonderful partners. Yeah,
but I also have a really peoply job. So like it gets to weekend and there's a social going on. I don't want to be around people.
Right.
And also, do you know what I mean? Like.
Oh, so you're talking about you?
Me.
I thought you were out in your partner.
Fuck no, it's me. Fuck no, it's me. Yeah. I am that person.
Right. Okay.
Sorry.
Right. I see. Yeah, but I mean, well, I understand because I am very naturally that person. Also, I'm very spoiled with my friends. Very spoiled. Yeah. I've got the best friends on earth. I've got so many friends. I've got deep, wonderful relationships. And I think about like Josh White, Roxy, Jacob, Tom, Taz. These people are like our family to me. Yeah. And they've given me, I haven't missed anything by having these people instead of close relationships with my actual family. Yeah. So I've got more, it's richer. These people that are like more sculpted to your personality. Yeah. And I think
that's quality, isn't it?
Exactly.
That is quality.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, like someone like someone like Josh, for instance. Josh is like, he comes to everything that I do. You know what I mean, he comes to like this. Yeah, if I do a show, he comes to a show. He, just if I do a so when he came to the Pride Oval Awards, he did everything I do. He's very supportive of, and just like a brother.
Yes.
And I love Josh, and I think we love each other like brothers do.
Yeah.
Real love. It's really special.
Yeah.
Roxy has been my best friend since I was a kid, and that was not an easy time. Yeah, when I was a teenager, and that's not an easy time to be friends with me because I was self-destructive. I wasn't particularly pleasant. I was always getting, naked for some reason, getting drunk, and I was always like making just very bad decisions. Tom, Pete, and Taz would, if I got arrested or if I did something that the police were looking for me, they'd drive me up to my mum's or drive me somewhere away so I could run away from the police. Yeah, these relationships are. They mean the world to me. So that's why it's maybe taken till now for me to notice that I haven't got close relationships.
And they've stood this test of time.
Yeah, that's
Do you know what I mean? And there are some family members that just don't. And it's horrible to say, but they just don't. They don't.
Yeah, it's sad. But I want to try and repair those things. I'll see what it looks like now.
Yeah.
I'm a different man now.
Yeah.
Maybe these relationships are different.
And you might find the whole dynamic changes if you're not dwelling on the past and you're going, okay, how can we control the future?
Yeah.
Then it's a two-way thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't change it. Like, that's probably the best thing that came out of therapy for me. Like, do you know what? If you can't change it, then you can learn from it and modify your perception of it to make the future better.
Yeah.
And I kind of live by that now. My mum and dad got divorced, so they were together for 22 years. So I was one of few actually at primary school where the parents had multiple children with one set of parents. There was no, and I was very proud of that. I was like, I thought I was different growing up because, going around my friends, I couldn't go on this weekend because they were at their dad's.
Right.
And we all of that. We didn't have that. We were just one household, if you like. I can't remember where I was going with this story. What were you saying? Oh, yeah. So I grew up with like that solid foundation. So I was 22 when my parents got divorced.
And you were 22 when your parents got divorced?
When they got divorced. Because... Yeah, it was like 2014. Remember when they bought the pub?
Yeah.
And we all went out and helped like clear it. And
you
remember doing that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't that long after that, and my mum, it was like something went.
Yeah.
I've brought all you children up. I've devoted all this like 25 years to being a mum, and she just left. She went to Cambodia and just. And half of me was like, fucking yeah, cool. That's really cool that you're doing that now. But there was also this like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who is this? Who is this person? And it hit.
I sure did.
Hard. Really hard. So it's like, I don't know. That absence for me came later.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just really tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very tricky. I said on air a million times that I've done everything. I've had such vast, difficult, good, positive, crazy, ridiculous life experience that Leo could never surprise me when he comes home with anything.
Exactly.
I just go, can't fucking hell, mate. I've been there. Here's what I did. Yeah, I can help you with this. I know how you're feeling as well, so I know to give you a cuddle, or I know to draw a firm line here because I need to be doing some serious dadding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess you're the sum of your parts, aren't you?
Yeah, and it's just life experience, isn't it? And I do think you become more interesting adult the more life experience.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Exactly.
I do think it makes you a better, all-rounded, relatable person.
Yeah.
I'd much rather sit in a coffee shop and have a coffee with a stranger with someone that's done some bad things, that's done some crazy things, and have like a relatable conversation that someone that has not done anything, just went to school, went to uni, got a job.
Yeah.
No drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just boring, isn't it? Come on.
It is boring.
It's fucking boring.
Some trauma.
I want some drama. It's life experience. Like, and I always think about that about myself. I've been through it. Everything. I've done it. I've been exposed to it. I've got loads of life experience. But then I think if I met me when I was younger, I would happily sit down with me now and want to learn and want to have a conversation. Not in an arrogant way, but like...
I understand. I wouldn't want to sit with me there because I was always I was always arrogant. I always thought I knew better. I remember my dad, to be fair, there's always like, my dad, there's times where he really tried. Right?
Yeah.
But he was just barking up the wrong tree because I ain't want to hear it from anybody, right?
Right.
And there's times where he's sat me down and he's tried to say, listen, mate, you're not as good at this as you think you are. But he was right. So it was good parenting because really, what he goes, I was like, no, I want to be an actor. It's in college. I want to be an actor. I'm going to be a famous actor. I'm going to be in movies. That's what I want to do. He goes, no, that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is be sat in a cafe and have someone walk up to you and go, you're the next James Bond. And I was like, yeah, that'd be nice. But he goes, but what he's trying to say was, you don't want to work for it. You don't want to sacrifice. You don't want to concentrate. You just want to get the end thing without the stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
Which I now understand that lesson.
Yeah.
Because me, you, Kev, George, we're at that part in the middle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're building this, and specifically this podcast where we're doing the work that gets us to the place where we're successful or the podcast is big. So I understand that lesson now. But that's what I mean. I wouldn't, even at that, if I was that age talking to me, if I was in my dad's place, I still wouldn't fucking listen to me. Even if I'll be like, no, but I might think I'm cooler. I can get it across in a different way. I still wouldn't fucking listen to me.
It's a good activity though. Like, I don't know if you've ever done it in counselling, where I did it in hypnotherapy. So I had to go back to 15-year-old me.
Oh, wow.
No, not heard of this one? No. So that's what I based my song that I released on last year.
Oh, right. Yeah.
About that as an exercise and what you would say to 15-year-old you.
Oh, trippy. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like a bit of a trend. And I was like, oh, this is a song. This is a song. And I really, really thought about it. And it had changed. So I did that in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
We're years beyond that. Right. So what I actually thought I'd say when I was having the counselling was different last year because so much had changed, but it's interesting as just an exercise to go, what would you say? What would you say?
That's a good exercise.
It is like you sit down in a coffee shop, 15-year-old you is sat there, even down to what you would have, what you would order, and what 15-year-old you orders. Even those like little details.
That's weird. Yeah, that's a good thing to consider.
What you were wearing.
Yeah, just like I suppose. Yeah, because I suppose I would talk to me in a fatherly way.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was thinking like, say. I used to think like musicians I looked up to when I was younger. Someone who's really cool and I was like Nirvana and Kurt Cobain, but Kurt Cobain was relatively young when he died. If you met Kurt Cobain now, you'd talk to him in a different tone. You go, all right, Kurt, fucking hell, mate, you're drinking a bit much, and you were just like these people you look up to, and these sort of wild childs. You now go, all right, mate, time to You just have a different. You just. I'm a parent by nature. I would just end up. I slip into father mode when I don't expect to, and I'd end up doing that with me, and then younger me, would go, "What's the fuck's this guy's fucking problem? I don't need a dad because I'm angry." Because young me is angry, and then hopefully I pick up on that and go, "Oh, okay, I need to fucking ease off the gas." So I suppose what I'd say to my younger self is, I don't know. I'll consider that. That's a good one. I'll have an answer for the next episode.
Yeah,
I think that's
have
a really
think
good
on that one.
What was I doing at fucking 15? I've deleted most of my life from my brain. But I think 15 I was probably... Oh, so school. So year 10. So things are probably...
You couldn't have been in year 10. I was in year 10.
What, when I was 15?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you would have been... fucking blonde. Twat. What? You're a couple years older than me.
Wow.
Oh, it's been a long week.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's been a long week. I'm sorry. Honestly.
Don't edit that out.
Okay, yes. So sorry, you're in year 10.
Yeah, I'm in year 10, and I'm looking around. You're not there for some reason. Oh, it's because you're a couple of years younger than me. And so I wasn't so angry and confused. That's when I started drinking quite a bit and fighting quite a lot. So that would be a good time for some kind of intervention. But then maybe I'd approach it with more love, probably, and I'd go, listen, man, I know that you feel. I don't know. I know that you feel confused and lost and hurt. The reason the reason you feel so different is because your brain is wired a little bit differently to everybody else around you at the minute.
Do you not tap into that behaviour, though, that you demonstrated as a 15-year-old now?
Sometimes, but I'm aware of it. You know what I mean? It's not a full personality. It's a mode I can click in and out of. Yeah.
So what would you, if you kind of delved into that behaviour now, would that person be the person to speak to?
Oh, what?
Because I often think about that as well. Like, you know, when you're on one, you're absolutely fucking on one. It happens to me sometimes. I'm raging. I can't be doing with this soft spoken, you know. No, meet me. Meet me at my level. Meet me at my fucking level. Otherwise, I'm done. I'm off. Like, no. Because I actually went through 2 therapists before I landed with the good one. Because I could not.
You got to shop around a bit.
You do have to shop around for a therapist. I definitely, like, 100%, because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of both of your time, actually. But yeah, it's just soft. Fuck off.
Yeah, but that's why I liked talking to my dad. That's why, because. But he was good at that, because I trusted that my mum would cushion everything.
Yeah.
She was so good at loving us. We always felt at any one time, even if life was rocky or difficult, whatever was going on in life, we always felt loved, and we always felt warmth and love from mum.
Yeah.
Right? She's amazing. So funny and lovely and gentle and warm. So I always had that, but she'd protect me from the truth. Rather than, she'd cushion the world for me.
Yes.
And she'd always go, John, you're the handsomest boy. You're so funny. And I'd go, brilliant. Yeah. And then, but my dad would make me come crashing back down to reality. He'd say, he'd be very honest. But for a minute, there was a couple of years there where that was a really good balance for me.
Yeah.
Because I'd get the love from mum and the honesty from Andy. And he was just trying to, and he was right a lot. He was right, and I do see that he was right a lot.
Yeah, I had that with my mum and dad. Whenever I used to do like little shows with school or college, mum would be like, you looked and you sounded beautiful. My dad would be like, you just smile though when you sing. You just look so miserable. It's like, oh, fucking hell. But like you said, it was balanced. I got a bit of both. So I do,
the sugar and the salt. Because I remember when my dad came to see me at a show once. I think that one time he came to see me at a show. He said, well, I couldn't take my eyes off you on there. He goes, and I was like, wow, that's real. He means that. It's true. So I thought that meant a lot there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like my dad was good at just cutting through the shit and going, no, this is what this is.
Yeah.
You kidded yourself into thinking this, but it's not true. It's important that you think this, because this is the reality is on its way to hit you like a train, and you need to be aware of it.
Yeah.
And then I go, Mum, Andy said, and she go, oh, it'll be fine, babe. And I go, okay, great. That's what I thought. So I'll just go with whatever Mum's saying. Dad stuff's too scary.
See, that's what I've had to be like with Oliver though, because I had to be a bit of both with him. Yeah. For the most part, like you're so handsome. I've had to do that, but then also the reality side of it, like I suppose the more masculine thinking, the practical, this is black, this is white, which doesn't come naturally. I don't know if it's just a mother thing or a woman thing. I don't know, but
I know what you mean. Because I've got the reverse.
It's
issue.
really hard to do both.
Yeah, but
because all you do, you just want, like, as a mother, you just want to go, I fucking love you so much. Like nothing else matters. But that's not how it works. You are going to be on your own one day, or with your own family one day. Yeah. I can't be saying shit like that anymore. I'll be a weirdo.
I know. Yeah, I totally understand, because you do have to go. Well, listen, mate. You're in the real world now.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be here in a minute, and you have to have you have to fully be aware of what the world is around you and what life really is. Yeah. And I wish I could protect you from that forever. Yeah. But I can't. You can't. My job is literally to protect. It's not to prepare you for this. Yeah. But because my main parent growing up was my mum. I love like my mum loves, right? So I remember my dad going, fucking hell, I was like, Leo's got 2 mums. Because I'm gentle with him and affectionate. And, but I've had to learn to dad.
Be a bit more,
because, I've got to be in a position where he has to understand that, you can't hit your mum, you can't, but not now, but when he's older, he's got to understand that there is a line in the sand of behaviours that we won't accept. Yeah. And I can be stern and put on a stern voice, and it seems to do the trick. But I fucking hate doing that shit. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, complicated.
It is tricky.
How long have we been talking for now?
I don't know.
I totally forgot we're doing a podcast for a minute. I'm not sure if any of it's usable, because I've been.
I think about, I don't know, like 45 minutes.
Have we? Yeah. All right. So is there anything else you want to talk about before we?
I don't think so. No. Really? Do you?
Yeah. No, I'm fine. I've fucking shared too much probably. This episode's gonna be about 4 minutes long.
An example of my shit maths not being able to.
That'll all stay in.
Brilliant.